The African school curriculum is demonic and more poisonous than the venom of a black mamba. I accuse the presidents, the ministers of education, the Educational Research and Development Council, and all the education policy makers of killing innocent children. I summon the so-called education policy makers to stand on their feet, raise up their hands, and defend themselves of this evidence-loaded allegation. Can you see? No hand is up, for they are obviously guilty. Study has shown that children are born with creative abilities, but this creativity is often killed by the time they go through the school curriculum. In the most watched TED Talk of all time, Saken Robinson confirms this claim that school is a murderer of the learner's mind. And not only him, scientists and researchers all over the world sing the same song. It's a shame. Most of these people who develop and approve this curriculum have never taught before in their entire life and don't know jack of what the teachers face in the class. Imagine 20 different talents from 20 different cultures and nurtures. One is a musician who prefers to learn in the studio. Another, a footballer who prefers his classroom to be on the field. The other, a chef who likes to be taught in the kitchen. Another is a farmer who prefers to observe the green nursery in the garden. But the curriculum has programmed the different talents to sit quiet in one class and memorize useless theories that do not apply to their unique potentials. This accounts for why pupils and students lost appetite for learning. The teacher is explaining, the musician is busy singing. Please listen, the artist says, no teacher, drawing on the desk is my hobby. And you think he's a naughty child? The creative writer says, I want to sleep now so I can think creatively when I wake up. Repeat after me. The comedian says, no teacher, I don't want to repeat after you. I want to play and make funny jokes. It frustrates the teacher's effort, making him look stupid as if he doesn't know his job. It's so sad. The education is managed by the wrong people. You are trained experts. That's your undoubtable claim. I'm simply saying that perception is not reality. A woman who is merely told that labor is usually painful doesn't have the same experience as the other woman who has actually given birth before under severe labor. Maybe you thought in the past, but now the beat has changed and new dance steps have emerged. So, put this your useless curriculum in the fire and let great minds create another brand new curriculum that will work for all of us. Minds that understand what is going on in today's world and what will happen in the future. Can't you see? Most careers will soon become automated and there will be more unemployment everywhere. Yesterday, I was reading an article published some years ago. The caption said, the robots are coming. 30 jobs likely to become automated. When I first read this, my body was filled with goose pimples. And just like me, the finding scares you, right? But that's the reality. The signs are everywhere. Maybe I need to open your eyes to this. The quickest way to destroy humanity is not nuclear warfare. The easiest way to ruin people is to shatter their educational system. The greatest instrument of Satan are men of influence, the leaders and the decision makers. But please don't let that picture be you. In God's original curriculum, all who go through real life education are not supposed to be idle liabilities to the society, but equipped individuals capable of establishing themselves and making useful contributions to life. You see? You see them? Your products. Most graduates are unemployable because your curriculum was never designed to make them capable, which is why many look stupid by the time they are out of school and others seeking employment in areas outside their calling. Four council members have discussed certain jobs they think will become automated. Some time ago, Dangote Group of Company put out vacancies for a few truck drivers. Guess what happened? 13,000 people applied. Among these were MBA and PhD holders. Bankers, lawyers, doctors applied for the job of a truck driver. Does that not wake you up to see where the world is going? These were students trained with a wrong curriculum system. That's not education. That's edu-crash. The educational system is managed by the wrong folks who have prepared this poisonous food called curriculum, and you're feeding the students with it and thereby killing their creativity. Now you see the end result. The worst criminal offense in life is not homicide, is not burglary, it's murder of creativity. The murder of creativity is the highest crime ever committed in history. It is no wonder why many children enter school with full head but come out with empty head. How could they? How could they abandon the pilot and then give the plane to the cobblers to fly? What do you expect? Edu crash. Edu crash has resulted to millions of students graduating even at the top of their classes, but they are jobless and unemployable. Edu crash has led first-class degree holders into untold frustration, depression, and even suicide mission. Many graduates have swallowed sniper, and others even jumped down from the third mainland bridge. Edu crash has wasted many. Many have died. Millions of talents that were never discovered died. Millions of inventions that were not made buried in the grave. Many dreams that never came to pass perished as many graduates are nearing their old age, approaching their sandy bed. Guess what? They are full of regrets because the curriculum they were exposed to never created a space for those stuffs inside them to thrive. What about the young ones coming up now? Should they also be allowed to drink this same poison called curriculum? No, not anymore. The nonsense must stop by all of us working together as one. And it's time to restructure and transform the African curriculum. The new curriculum shall focus on the students' individual God-given talent development and management, feature industry and vocation, make space for creativity and innovation, uplift moral values, provide real money and financial education, investment, entrepreneurial skills that should foster self-employment and independence mindset in graduates and other vital essence of true education, capable of moving us forward and not pulling us backward. It's okay to learn from the Singaporeans and the Finnish, but I believe that when we work together to do it right, the educational system can make more sense and not this nonsense. And only now can we truly be giants.